Right now at noon, a Knoll officer was assaulted and one man is behind bars after an altercation between the two.
And we've got that mostly cloudy day out there. You can see clouds. We still have some sunshine, and that's why we call it mostly cloudy. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
Plus, we take a look at who's coming and who's moving away to the 4 states and where we rank on the national list.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. In today's top story, a Knoll officer was assaulted and the assailant is now behind bars. On December 30th, Knoll Marshal's office deputies contacted an individual at the request of a local business to trespass him from the property. The subject was identified as Adam Shoger, 36, of Chicago, Illinois. During contact, Shoger became aggressive and assaulted the officer, broke his glasses while the officer was attempting to detain him. During the struggle, the officer had requested emergency assistance and was able to deploy his taser, taking Shoger into custody. Due to the deputy's injuries, he was evaluated at a local hospital and released. Shoger was transported to the McDonald County Detention Center, where the McDonald County prosecutor has charged Shoger with assault 3rd degree, special victim, and resisting arrest for a felony. Shoger's bond has been set at $5,000 cash only. And authorities in Galena, Kansas arrested a minor in the shooting death of a 38-year-old man. It happened just after 2:15 yesterday morning at the Village Circle Apartments near East 7th Street and State Line Road. Police say when officers responded, they found a juvenile male sitting on the stairs of the apartment building who told them a person had been shot on the 3rd floor. Officers found the victim, Christopher Story, dead in the apartment. The juvenile was arrested and taken to a juvenile detention center pending formal charges. And the Kansas Commission on Judicial Conduct says a veteran judge in Montgomery County violated state judicial ethics rules. In November, the commission issued a cease and desist letter to Judge F. William Collins. It stems from a complaint filed by an attorney claiming Collins attempted to influence a local judicial race in 2022. The complaint says Collins asked another candidate to pursue a different judgeship, offering to have his wife donate to the candidate's campaign if done so. This isn't Collins' first disciplinary action. You can read about others on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com.
And we've had the clouds rolling through the area today for our mostly cloudy day. Live look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker over the last 3 hours, and you can see clouds patchy at times as well. So that's why we're getting a little bit of sunshine out there, but there are plenty more clouds where these ones came from. Live look from our camera downtown Joplin on top of the Cornell Complex. Got that southwesterly breeze, and we're looking slightly better with our temperatures warming up pretty decently today. Yesterday started the day at 21, so just a bit below normal. Made it up to only 38, which is what we were expecting, unfortunately, and therefore, a little bit below average across the area. Doing better again today. We're going to be closer to average. Sitting at 39 in Joplin right now, 38 in Pittsburgh with, again, those mostly cloudy skies out there. Temperatures out to the west warming up nicely. 41 Sedan, Nowata, Welch, Veneta, 40 in Parsons and Chanute. And you head, of course, a little further to the east, 39 Nevada, Stockton. All of us, again, not doing too bad. And, of course, remember, take time to download the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You get the latest forecast, radar, alerts, everything you need right there in the palm of your hand. That way, when you're not at home, sitting comfortably, watching KOAM News, say you're out hiking. Let's say, you're out shopping perhaps. You've got everything you need to know right there in the palm of your hand. Now, we do have some changes on the way and a couple of systems that we're watching as we head into the weekend and again next week. And that could involve some wintry weather. We'll take a look at that full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, United Vine Lines released the company's 47th annual National Movers Study today, which indicates where Americans are moving. And the 4 states had 2 states in particular that have shown a lot of movement. It appears Americans are moving eastbound and southbound and relocating to less expensive areas with comparable amenities to larger metropolitans. Only 1 of the 4 states made it in the top 10 states people are moving to. New to the 2023 top inbound list is Arkansas, moving up from number 18 in 2022 to number 4 this year. And when it comes to the states people are moving out of, Kansas ranked number 8. That's up from it being ranked number 14 in 2022. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next on KOAM News at Noon. At least 5 people are dead in Japan after a devastating collision involving a Coast Guard aircraft and a passenger plane at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. And later, we're making carrot cake overnight oats in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Stay tuned. A passenger plane collided with a Japanese Coast Guard aircraft and burst into flames on the runway of Tokyo's Haneda Airport. Greg Palcutt has more.
A tragic accident on a Japanese airport runway causing multiple deaths on Tuesday. It happened at Haneda Airport in Tokyo. A packed Airbus plane taxiing on the runway was involved in a collision with a Japanese Coast Guard plane, apparently just landing at the airport. The collision triggering a massive fire. You can see it igniting here. The cabin almost immediately filled with smoke, but amazingly, all passengers and crew appear to have made it out alive.
Japan Airlines informed Japan's Civil Aviation Bureau that 379 people, including 367 passengers and 12 crew members, had been safely evacuated.
But the occupants of the other plane, Japanese service members returning from an aid mission, were not as lucky.
Regarding the Coast Guard plane, 1 captain was evacuated, but 5 other crew members were confirmed dead.
The accident happened in part because of another major disaster that happened yesterday in Japan. A massive 7.6 magnitude earthquake slammed a western region of the country New Year's Day, causing dozens of deaths and widespread destruction. That Tokyo airport is now closed as crews work to clear the runway. Officials say they'll get it running again as soon as possible to prevent any delays to the rescue and recovery mission.
I was shocked. You never know what will happen. There was an earthquake yesterday too. Once I got here, there's the fire. You just never know.
And a record 300,000 migrants were processed at the U.S. southern border last month, fueling an already intense debate over immigration policy. A plane from Texas filled with migrants arrived in Rockford, Illinois early Sunday morning. Buses took those on board to Chicago as the impact of the crisis is felt nationwide. Omar Villafranca joins us near the border in Eagle Pass, Texas.
U.S. Border Patrol agents are managing a record increase of migrants arriving at the southern border, processing around 250,000 new arrivals each month since August. In December, hitting an all-time high of 300,000 migrants, which included a record number of families traveling with children. Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar represents communities along the border.
It's the pull factor. You got to have detention and deportation.
CBS News has learned the White House is open to immigration reforms, including an authority to expel migrants and suspend asylum law in exchange for aid for Ukraine. This weekend, Texas Governor Greg Abbott arranged for 350 asylum seekers to be flown to Illinois. After landing in Rockford, they boarded buses to Chicago. Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson said on Face the Nation, city officials were given no notice.
What we have is clearly an international and federal crisis that local governments are being asked to subsidize, and this is unsustainable.
He and other Democratic mayors are dealing with the influx of thousands of migrants sent by Abbott and are asking Washington for more help.
We need federal dollars to help support our work here in the cities. We also need federal dollars for more support at the border, the ability to adjudicate asylum claims more quickly.
Adding to the political stakes, House Speaker Mike Johnson is expected to visit the border this week and hold a press conference on Wednesday here in Eagle Pass. And Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is also scheduled to visit here next week. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Eagle Pass, Texas.
Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we see what's cooking with Mr. Food.
We've got a trendy new breakfast that's taking the world by storm. It's super easy, very different, and it's served in a bowl.
But first, change is in the air with warmer temperatures and maybe some wintry stuff later this week. We'll take a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've got mostly cloudy skies across the area. Some breaks in those clouds, hence why we call it mostly cloudy, not just straight up cloudy. And we're doing slightly better with our temperatures. Quick look outside. This is the MoDOT camera at I-44 and Range Line looking back to the east. Now you see the cloud cover in the sky. You also see a little bit of blue color off here to the side, and you see some sunshine out there. That's because Joplin is one of those locations stretching back just south of Pittsburgh and into parts of Cherokee County, getting a break in the clouds and a few more breaks out there as well. But you can see otherwise more clouds out there than clear sky, but we've got just enough of an opening to get some sunshine. It's our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Southwesterly breeze out there, and that southwesterly breeze is what is going to help warm us up a bit and get us about back to normal around the area, and getting some sunshine as well on the KDOT camera on 69 just south of Pittsburgh. It'll be short-lived, but hey, at least there's some of it out there. Sitting at 39 in Joplin right now. 31 is what it feels like with that west-southwest breeze, about 14 miles an hour. We could still occasionally see gusts upwards of 20. Over in Pittsburgh, sitting at 38, feeling like 31 with a south-southwest breeze at about 13 miles an hour. And temperatures around the region looking like this. We've got 40s, Chanute and Parsons, 41, Sedan, Newata, Veneta, Anderson, and take a look, Grove at 43, Jay at 42, looking pretty good. And we got 37, Monette, Cassville, on your way to a slightly more average day. We're looking at highs, low to mid 40s across the area, getting those few peaks of sunshine. These temperatures about where we're supposed to be with the southwest breeze at 5 to 10. Again, occasional gusts upwards of 20. Tonight, it's going to be cold but seasonable, and skies will actually begin to clear overnight as well. Lows back into the upper 20s, southwest breeze at 5 to 10. And by the time we get towards sunrise tomorrow, we are talking about relatively clear skies. We're looking at mostly clear skies as we kick off our Wednesday, and then we'll start to see some partly to mostly cloudy skies by the afternoon. Highs right about where they should be at 45, but the wind shifting out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And we go into our Thursday, we're looking at just straight up cloudy skies as clouds increase pretty quickly ahead of this system coming in out of the west, and that's going to bring some opportunities for some rain and potentially a wintry mix. So here we are early Friday morning, and you can see we start to get a bit of a wintry mix. However, temperatures with this system during the day are still expected to be near average, which is going to be warm enough that we'll start to see this transition into a more of a rain event for most of us across the area. So slick spots at this point are the primary concern with any kind of wintry weather that we may get heading into Friday and Saturday across the area. So definitely be careful if you've got some Friday night plans or planning anything Saturday into Sunday morning, because we're going to stick around with those showers as we go into our Saturday. And then by Saturday night, we get one last little round of maybe some light showers, a light wintry mix heading into early Sunday morning before all of this kicks on out of here and we prepare for what's knocking on our door as we head into next week. So let's talk about that, shall we? All right, again, temperatures at this point expected to be warm enough that A, not only will we see a transition to just plain rain, and B, we're not anticipating, again, any major accumulations out of any of this, but slick spots will definitely be possible. And then take a look, even if we got a dusting on the grassy surfaces, Sunday, Monday, we're into the low 50s out there. However, we're watching another system coming into Monday and Tuesday as rain initially, because we're definitely going to be warm enough for just straight rain. And then we'll see an opportunity for another rain-snow mix on Tuesday out there. So we're going to keep an eye on that for you. And well beyond what you can see here, we are keeping our eye on another potential system as we head toward the end of next week. Now, of course, all of that is a long ways away. When it comes to wintry weather, even this Friday is a long ways away. Quite a bit can change between now and then, but we're not anticipating anything significant out of the snow and rain as we go into Friday and Saturday or Monday and Tuesday of next week. So don't cancel your plans. Don't bum rush the stores for the milk and bread. There's no need. We're just going to get some slick spots, but daytime highs are just going to be too warm for anything to be a problem.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Chris. And stick around because we're making carrot cake overnight oats in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. It's time to check in with Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Today he's making a way for you to enjoy the taste of carrot cake in a good-for-you breakfast form. This carrot cake overnight oats are simple to make, delicious to eat, and good for keeping you in tip-top shape. Take a look.
If you're like many Americans, this time of year you're looking for ways to eat better, feel better, and lose weight. So with that in mind, I want to introduce you to something that we recently came across that we thought was worth sharing. It's called overnight oats, and it goes together like this. Now, rather than cooking our oatmeal, we simply place our dry oats in a bowl along with some milk, a few add-ins and spices, and let it sit in the fridge overnight. And when it comes to options, there are no limits. Look how easy it is to create carrot cake oatmeal, which is simply some oats mixed with grated carrots, raisins, a few spices, almond milk, maple syrup, and a splash of vanilla. How easy is that? If you love peanut butter and bananas, then you'll love how we team them with our oats. If strawberry shortcake is one of your favorites, then you'll love waking up to a bowl of oatmeal that tastes just like it. To get all of these quick and easy favorites, all you have to do is go to our website and look for the recipe of the day, which includes carrot cake overnight oats, the peanut butter banana oatmeal, and our chilled strawberry shortcake oatmeal bowl. Let me tell you, this is really good. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a healthy and easy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
To find this recipe along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at your 4 state market prices.
All right, so we got a pretty decent day today, mostly cloudy, but average temperatures continue even into the weekend. Looking out for that possibility of a rain-snow mix Friday and Saturday. Mostly just slick spots, no appreciable accumulations expected. And even if we saw something, take a look at Sunday and Monday, back in the low 50s, so it would not last very long with some rain showers possible on Monday.
All right, and what do you have for us tonight?
A whole lot coming up at 5. For starters, if you thought 2023 was a busy and expensive year for travel, well, you better brace yourself. We have the travel trends for 2024. Plus, McDonald County educators gather for a day of training focused on the latest teaching methods. And are you taking part in Dry January? We're going to hear from a recovery expert on why jumping on the bandwagon is not a good idea. Hope you join us for those stories, a lot more. KOAM News at 5.
And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. Have a great rest of your day.